All right, guys, Paul Singh, the market speculator, with the trade report for Friday, December 18th, 2015. The market's set to open down a little bit, basically break even, nothing significant here. Oil continues to slide down 35 here, 36 here. So let's pull up oil first, because at some point there's going to be an entry in oil. Tried to bounce a couple of days ago, failed, and continues to slide here. At some point, we're going to get that clue. Something like here, where you got, it eventually did fail, but if you can just play the bounce here, if we can get this kind of big move here, if you even entered up here at 14, you had a run of about 1 point, which on a $14 stock is pretty significant. So we're going to look for that. We're not there yet, but the more stretched this gets, the more powerful the bounce would be. So if it ramps down even more, that'll be a good thing. So let's keep an eye on oil, probably not today, but going into next week. And SPY here. Now, we talked about this yesterday morning, and I know a number of you here were excited about this move, thinking, okay, the Fed's behind us, and we got over the 50-day and we're going to ramp up. It was a nice strong day, but you can see here today, yesterday, a real negative day here. And this is what happens post-Fed. That first move is not always the indicator. And actually, yesterday is not an indicator yet either. We're going to bounce around here, and then we have to see what happens from here. Basically, if we get a close down in here, that's pretty negative, and I would expect a move down to 200, and maybe I'll even short. If we get a close up in here, we probably are going to bounce. And then if we're in here just a little above or a little below, we still have no direction. So basically, we're waiting to see what happens. And in the meantime, you can take a shot or two. I would take small positions in something that looks interesting here. If we look at yesterday, interested in stocks that basically were not down more than about 1%, because if you can see here, almost everything was red yesterday. The market was down at 1.5%. NVCR, we've talked about this one holding up well, and we talked about it not caring about what the market is doing, and that's what's happening here. I think I might add NVCR, so don't be surprised if you see a trade alert today for NVCR, and maybe we get a run up here to the intraday high of 31. We're at that kind of breakout IPO level here, and maybe we get that run up. The FANG stocks actually held up well. That's a good sign, not only for the FANG stocks, but for the market in general. When the market's down 1.5%, but all the FANGs are below 1%, that's a good thing overall here. We see Google here just pulling back a little bit, 0.87. Facebook, which we're in right now, 0.53. It's up a little above our entry. Our entry was in the 105s. Netflix here, down only 0.11, and Amazon 0.76. And then we've got Tesla here, did well also, basing under the 200-day. I'm very interested in Tesla. Made the strong move, now basing under the 200-day. Maybe I'll take a pre-breakout entry here and see how that goes. Small positions in Tesla and NVCR. So that's really all I'm looking at today. Let me quickly review our positions. Now, I got stopped out of Shack. I still have this feeling that it's going to bounce back, but there comes a point where you have to get out. And I tried to hold through 39. I got some questions. Hey, you talked about 39 to 40, and I tried to hold, seeing if it just violates and comes back up. But when it got to 38, in the 38s, I had to get out here. But I still like it. If it bounces back up over 40, I may even re-enter. Why do I like it? I like that on this decline, there hasn't been a ton of volume. BIB, we're in here looking okay. PayPal looking okay, digesting the gains from before, and obviously Facebook here holding up well, and we want to see 110 and the breakout. So that's it for today, in the sense that I'm only looking at really Tesla or NVCR, and I would like to get into one of those. Let's quickly look at a few sectors here. Gold getting crushed, which gold has been acting strange in the sense that when the market has a bad day, you usually see a flight to gold, and that did not happen yesterday. We just looked at USO, BIB. We've looked at, let's take a look at retail here. Now, this is a leveraged, so 4% was really 1% on retail. So the retails have actually been pretty good. And that's a sector I haven't really played. So I think this weekend I'm going to do my research on some retail stocks and see if there's anything interesting in there. So that's it for the trade report today. Again, NVCR or Tesla might get a trade alert in one of those today.